Ready? Yeah. Okay, so first, there seems to be a lot of confusion about names. For example, what is Jace's last name now, and what about the Sebastian Jonathan thing?
It is very confusing. I had a talk with my editor about it because she said, Jace has so many last names, we have to get rid of one. And I was like, no, they're all important. Because the thing is, Jace would like to be Jace Lightwood. That's who he wants to be. Jace Herondale is his real name. Jace Morgenstern is who he is afraid he is. And Jace Wayland is who he was when we first met him. So it's all different aspects of him. My editor was like, oh. So she just made me promise that by the end of the books he will only have one last name. And as for Jonathan Sebastian, he chooses to be called Sebastian. In City of Lost Souls, he asks them to call him Sebastian because he says he hates the name Jonathan because he hates his father who gave him the name. So he would prefer to be called by a different name.
Okay. And is it true that the City of Heavenly Fire will come out in September 2014?
No, actually, it's coming out February 2014.
Okay, that's a little bit almost better. Okay, so you have a fan fiction background, and because of all the homages you do in your books, people tend to call you a plagiarist. What is your reaction to that?
I've never heard anybody call the books that I have written plagiarized. I've often heard them say that about the fan fiction, and I guess that I would say that, you know, fan fiction is a plagiaristic form of art. It is taking somebody else's world and taking somebody else's characters and writing about them. So it is, I think, entirely in the eye of the beholder whether you wish to consider that an homage or whether you wish to consider it plagiarism.
Okay, so you know you're a very dedicated fan base, and what do you think about Fletcher the duck?
I think that when I went to Mexico, my fan base got very bored because I was not online so much, and I was not entertaining them maybe the way that I usually do. I try to answer questions, you know, and post like snippets from upcoming books, and you know, do things to keep them from being bored. And I went away for 4 weeks, and when I came back, they had invented a duck. So I kind of like Fletcher. I think he's a good antagonist.
Will he come up in the books?
I don't think so. But there is a mention in City of Lost Souls of ducks that I think people will enjoy.
Okay. So we read about your upcoming new series with Lady Midnight, and you already posted an official synopsis about that. And so how do you feel about the fans already casting the characters and going crazy about it, although there's almost nothing written about it?
I think it's great that they're so excited. You know, to me it says that they're still, you know, excited about the Shadowhunter world, and they want to read more about, you know, the mythology and Shadowhunters, because, you know, it's not a book that's about characters they already know. I think that it's interesting because when I first said I was going to write the Infernal Devices, there was a lot of resistance, and people said, oh, we don't want to read that, you know, we want to read more about Clare and Jace, we're not interested in new characters, you know, we don't want you to do this. And so I felt like there was a lot of reluctance, but now that there are 2 books of the Infernal Devices out, people have come to love, you know, Will and Jem and Tessa and be very attached to them, and so I think that now there is more trust that, you know, if I write a new series, then they will love those characters too. So now they've decided they love them already, which I think is very sweet, and you know, I think it's great that people are excited.
The synopsis kind of sounds like Emma is the main protagonist, so will it be mainly from her point of view, or will it be multiple like your other books?
It'll be multiple point of view like my other books, but it is mainly Emma. I mean, she is the main protagonist.
So, of course, movie news.
Well,
so I've read that you said Logan Lerman was approached for the role of Simon.
Well, I didn't say that.
So I guess you didn't say something about Harry Shum Jr. from Glee either?
I said that I like him for Magnus, that he would be a great Magnus, but I don't think that they have approached him because they haven't started casting
So did you
Magnus
say that
yet.
like with your fans, or did you really say it to the movie
I
guys?
said it to the director, and I also said it to my fans, so I have mentioned him several times.
Okay, so is there...
And I was trying to find a picture of him, you know, for the director.
Yeah.
But I only had my iPhone, so and I could only find that picture of him where he's wearing like sweater and like all this glitter, and he's kind of going like this. So I was like, well, it's this guy. And he was like, you know, you need to watch Glee. Never mind. I tried.
So you know how your fans always ask you questions and try to figure out what will happen in the upcoming books. So is there some kind of important question yet that you've been waiting for, but nobody has had the guts or the brains to ask it?
No, because I don't want them to ask questions that are too close to the truth. You know, then I would have to be very clever about avoiding the answer. So, so far, I think that nobody has really guessed. I think that the theories that I have seen have been, you know, sort of all over the place. Sometimes, you know, they can be close to the truth just because there are so many. But I think that really the ending of Infernal Devices is, so far, I think will be a surprise to everybody, because I haven't seen anybody guess yet. And as for the Mortal Instruments, I don't think anyone's even gonna even trying at this point. They're like, who knows what will happen.
And last but not least, something a bit off topic. Have you heard about J.K. Rowling's new novel?
She's writing a book for adults.
Yeah.
That's exciting, I think. Yeah. It's interesting to see her do something so different. I remember many years ago, back when she was giving more interviews, that she said that actually what she had always wanted to do was write mystery novels for grown-ups. And so I think that now she is doing the thing that she always wanted to do. So, you know, it's always interesting when an author does that.
Okay.
I'm excited to read it.
Yeah, so are we.
Oh, I think everybody is. Looking forward to it.